everyone in this room I know has heard this story, but again, these great moments happen for a reason. But I'll tell you what their advice was to me one day, now maybe 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, when I was meditating, and in a way that's hard to describe, I felt the Master's presence, and I felt them saying to me, I'm putting it all in English words, but it was a knowing, we are about to ask a lot of you. It really gives you pause when the Masters call it a lot. It's like if your doctor says, this is really gonna hurt. It's like, why'd you tell me almost? But it was like that. We are about to ask a lot of you. And if you, in the moments where you forget who's actually doing it, you feel that it's too much for you, they said to me, find the nearest altar. And that was so soothing to me because, first of all, they came and they told me, so I knew they had my back, so to speak. And then they gave me the advice, find the nearest altar, because implicit in your question is a lot of wisdom. I would say stated in your question. There's a lot of wisdom. You know it's where you need to go. You know you're being asked to do it. It's not your ego saying, oh, do something bigger and better. You have the humility to say, wow, that is a big jump from where I am. Now you just have to remember all the time. They wouldn't ask you to do anything that you're not capable of remembering, no matter what you think you can or can't do, and this is where it's hard. God can do anything. And these Masters are so right with us. We always have to remember, which was also in that question, to just stop in those moments and really, as Asha would say, she always says, there's only one word to the prayer, help. And in a way, that's really true. But they cannot, you know, we do this in an I, thou, we, they way, because it's an easy way to talk about it. We are one with God. That energy, that consciousness cannot resist our appeal, which is a raising of our own consciousness. The true force there, the great force, is to come together and be one. It's irresistible when it gets close enough. We pray hard, they come. What we need to do is remember to pray. You know, there was Krishna Das in an SRW some years ago related a story where he was talking with Swamiji. I don't remember what the story was about, but Swamiji said to him at one point, well, you pray, don't you? Krishna Das he's been with Ananda for decades and decades. He's been a colony leader. He's been a Kriya Bond for, again, probably close to 50 years, 40 years. And he said to Swamiji, of course I pray. But then he said for weeks, every day he'd sort of say to himself, do I pray? Do I really pray? And it came to mind to me the other day because I'm going through something that is a challenge for me. And I'm asking myself, and I'm telling myself now every day, but I only remembered this a week ago, but I've been doing it. Pray, really pray. As soon as we really pray, the answer will come. And what comes of itself, let it come. I don't know what the answer to the prayer is, but God does. And as long as that faith is there, faith is so, boy, we can't make any spiritual progress without faith. We have to really believe. It's beyond belief. It's a knowing in God's power. So, and his love, and his deep desire to have us all back with him. It's what's happening energetically. It's what has to happen. We just have to put out what in the end will feel like a very little bit of energy, though it's all of our energy now. So there is a huge, huge, huge loving presence, an infinite and infinitely loving presence living right as Master says, at that point of intuitive perception in my own heart. That's true for every one of us. That is God's call within. That's what it is. So listen. Listen.